Coming up next on The Garden Gate, ways to have more birds and fewer squirrels with weight-sensitive feeders. Really frustrate those squirrels.
You're watching Newswatch, the 5 o'clock show.
Hi, I'm Brenda from the Avant Garden Shop, and welcome to our edition of The Garden Gate. Today we're going to talk about ways to baffle your squirrels and keep your squirrels off your bird feeders. I have some great bird feeders here that are basically weight sensitive. So the squirrel, he can get on this feeder, but when he sits on it, it closes. So he can't get access to the seed because the seed is here in these little holes. He can't chew it because it's all metal. He can't chew this because it's a really hard plastic. It's a new kind of plastic that's UV protected as well, and he just can't chew it. And he can't hang from the top because it's too long. They've really designed this feeder well. Cardinals love this feeder as well because they can sit right on these perches. There are a few different designs of this particular feeder. Squirrels are the worst. If you're really trying to feed your birds, they scare the birds away and eat all your food. So these feeders are great when it comes to keeping the squirrels off. I tell my customers that the feeders pay for themselves in about 6 months with the amount of seed that you actually save because you're feeding them a lot less. You're having to fill the feeders a lot less. The other nice feature about this feeder is it has an adjustable spring inside, so you can adjust this tension so if a heavy bird gets on it, he's too heavy for it. Most birds weigh half an ounce or an ounce. A cardinal weighs maybe 2 ounces, I think actually even less than 2 ounces. Blue jay, he's one of the heaviest, he's 4 ounces, and the grackle is also 4 ounces, those big ugly black birds. So this feeder is great that way too, so you can eliminate those big guys from this feeder too. So as you know, probably squirrels' favorite seed is peanuts. So it's really hard to have a feeder out that has peanuts in it because they go crazy for peanuts. Well, this feeder is a peanut feeder and it's also squirrel proof. It's just weight sensitive. So as soon as the squirrel gets on it, it closes and he loses access to the seed, which is here. The seed is stored up in this upper chamber here. It's really easy to take apart and to clean. Although this feeder doesn't really need a whole lot of cleaning because basically all the seed just kind of little bits fall out if there's anything left. But the woodpeckers love this feeder because they can hang right on here. You know, sometimes the woodpecker uses his tail as an extra foot and he can sit on here and clip away at it and get the seeds out. And they just break them up until they get enough of a seed out. But that is a great peanut feeder. So this feeder is adjustable, as I mentioned earlier, so you can adjust the tension on the spring here to keep the bigger birds off, like the grackles. Easy to open, which is also great. And there's just a little spring inside that you just spin inside, and it makes the spring longer, which makes it looser, which makes it more sensitive to the heavier birds. So the heavy bird gets on there, and then the seed ports close, and he loses access. These feeders are obviously really easy to take apart and to clean. The tube comes off, the perches come right off, the ring comes off, this section comes apart. So it's really easy to clean, and it's really important to clean your bird feeders because you can spread disease very, very easily. If birds have disease on their feet, they can spread it very easily. So it's really important, maybe once a month, to take your feeders apart and to clean them. And the Squirrel Buster feeders, the whole line of them, are very easy to clean. I'm Brenda Ivy from the Avant Garden Shop. Thanks for joining us on The Garden Gate. I hope you learned a few things about keeping squirrels off your feeders, and you can enjoy lots of days of bird watching.
The Garden Gate is brought to you by the Avant Garden Shop, your destination for gardening accessories and backyard birding supplies.